WBAY TV, your first alert station. Action 2 News This Morning live stream starts now.
Hey there, good Monday morning. Great to have you joining us for our Action 2 News This Morning live stream. And we are looking live right there at the grounds at EAA AirVenture in Oshkosh. You see the people moving around. The gates just opened about 5 minutes ago, and we're looking live here. This is Boeing Plaza, and you see those massive planes that are there, all shapes and sizes, and people come from all over the world for this. And we are super excited because we have our Action 2 News team on the grounds right there. And we're saying good morning to Emerson.
I guess they see us now, Chris. They see us now. Stand by.
Yeah, we see you. I don't think Emerson's able to hear us. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Tammy.
Awesome.
I got you now.
We're right there, and
we were
Jerry's
working
sitting
through,
right by you.
We're working through a couple technical things.
No worries.
It's a fun day out here. EAA AirVenture, we're on the live stream, and Jerry had so much fun with us this morning that we drug him back for another interview this morning. So we appreciate you coming back here, sir. And you've been, the last hour that we've been out here, you've been running around talking to people. Like you said, it's a big family reunion, right?
I don't run anymore.
a nice walk.
It's I've run into a bunch of people already, and I just got done talking with the crew from the B-52 that came in from Edwards, and I was talking to the pilot, Major Kaiser, and talking about how, if it's the same B-52 that I knew, and it is. So, and the B-52 has been around since '52, so figure that out.
Some pretty incredible stuff going on out here at the grounds, and you have been a part of this for so long, over 5 decades, whether it's been reporting out here as the bureau chief or as a volunteer. I'm curious, for someone who's maybe trying to experience this for the first time this year, what is one thing that they need to take in while they're out here on the grounds at EAA?
Boy, that's a darn good question. I would say take in, just don't come in with say I'm gonna go, I want to see this or I want to see that. Come in and just experience. It's like a good meal. You taste a little of this, you taste a little of that. Go see some of the warbirds. Maybe if you like the light planes, the ultralights down at the south end of runway 18. Just taste it. You'll find stuff that you really like. Now, the daily air shows, they're fun to watch. The night shows are really fun. Those have only been on now for the last maybe 10 years, but every year the night shows get better and better and better. And don't just come for the air show. Come and see the people. Excuse me.
Don't worry about it.
Never touch the mic. Go and talk to some of the pilots by their planes, be it a little Cessna or a show plane or a warbird. The stories they can tell, you'll just go, and they're more than willing to tell you about their aircraft. And again, it doesn't make any difference if it's a general, like a general aviation Cessna or a Piper or a warbird. They just love to talk about, this is my bird. It's like the cars. You go to a car show, this is my Pontiac or this is my Ford, and they'll tell you all about it and what I've had to do to get this thing running. It's the same thing with aircraft, only it's a lot more involved. And the more you taste, the more you'll love it. And I've never had my fill, if I dare put it in that kind of an analogy. But
that's fantastic. We got about a minute, 15 seconds here. I want to talk about your book a little bit, On the Grounds and Up. This is a book you wrote about the people that make AirVenture possible, and you're going to be out here signing copies. They're available. Tell us how people can come see you and do that.
Well, I'm going to be in the Air Force EAA warehouse from 9 to 11 each morning, signing copies of my book. The book is about the volunteers. They are the unsung heroes out here, without a doubt. You met one of the ladies right here.
Yes.
The volunteer.
She's been here for 30 years. That's incredible.
Well, I tell you, they keep coming back year after year after year. It's a family reunion, and they are what make this thing work. If we didn't have the volunteers, I shouldn't say we, if EAA didn't have the volunteers, there wouldn't be an AirVenture. They have 160 employees.
Right.
There's no way 160 people can handle 600,000 people coming in. So the volunteers make this thing work from the front time you enter the gate to the time you leave. And I've never met one But all the volunteers I've ever met, except one, have just been they're wonderful to work with. And if you need help, they'll tell you. And if they can't tell you, they'll say, so-and-so over here could probably tell you where that is. That's what makes this place work.
A really, really special event, a really special person to tell us about that event. We appreciate you taking the time. Make sure if you're out here on the grounds, make sure to stop by, maybe check out the book from Jerry here and get it signed as well. That'll make it even more special.
It's also available on Amazon if they want to order it from there.
Fantastic. And speaking of all the sights and the fun and things that are taking place, Emily Roberts joining us live at the Boeing Plaza right now on the grounds here at EAA AirVenture. Emily, what can people expect on day one?
Emerson, Boeing Plaza slowly filling up with more and more people to look at planes, small, bigger, even massive, like this one behind me here. Take a look at this. I'll step aside so you can get a better look at the B-52 Stratofortress bomber. Wow, it's really something to be standing so close to this. It is the centerpiece, and EAA says it can carry up to 80,000 pounds of weapons at a time with a combat range up to nearly 9,000 miles. And the bomber is actually so big that airport workers had to take down some runway lights so it could land and end up where it is right now for everyone to look at. And our Action 2 News team actually got to watch that landing on the AirVenture grounds Sunday. People lining up to catch a glimpse of that. Really cool. The B-52 is one of 5 planes representing the U.S. Air Force Material Command out here, and definitely going to capture your attention along with some other planes out on the plaza.
And Emily, you've been doing such a great job showcasing what people can see out there right now. And we understand just moments ago some new funky planes were rolled out onto the plaza as well. Tell us about that.
Yes, Emerson, I've been waiting for this all morning. Take a look behind me here. I hope you can see these. These are really, really cool. They actually say experimental inside of them, and they're just awesome to look at. They're really eye-catching, especially this one with the green and the blue and the pink. They're really cool. These are Burt Rutan designs, and they're really, really innovative. EAA workers say they're unique. They're really not something you see every day. They definitely have a little extra flair there. So Burt Rutan is best known for his innovative moldless fiberglass construction. So you can tell some of them look a little bit different. And EAA says he's famous for designing Spaceship One and Voyager. You might recognize those names. The Smithsonian says Spaceship One is actually the first privately developed space vehicle that could carry 3 people into suborbital space flight. So that's a lot. And these, of course, are not Spaceship One, but they are designed by the same man, and they're really impressive and cool to look at. All of his designs featured on Boeing Plaza, EAA says, really revolutionized the amateur-built airplane community. And now so many people, whether they are airplane enthusiasts or just coming out to the grounds to check out AirVenture, get to get an up-close look at these. It's really, really neat.
You never know who or what you are going to see at EAA AirVenture. Emily, thank you so much for that awesome look at Boeing Plaza. Thanks so much to Jerry Burke for taking his time to hang out with us this morning. Make sure to go check out his book and see him. And Tammy, Aisha, we will send it back to you as our team coverage from EAA AirVenture continues.
Absolutely. Thanks so much to both of you. And of course, Jerry this morning. Isn't it great to see him?
It's awesome to see him and Chris earlier.
Right?
That
He
was
is
fun.
definitely in his element there. So, all right, talking about safety now
Yes.
here at the First Alert Safety Desk, obviously a focus on this. I mean, this is a major event happening, so there's a lot to keep in mind.
Yeah, when you have a lot of people in one place like that, definitely want to keep safety top of mind and think about what you're doing and what other people are doing. So law enforcement in the area, they're just asking everybody to be vigilant because of so many different people in the area, and they do have safety procedures on the EAA grounds for AirVenture to make sure that they're ready for any type of scenario. And it's, you know, whether it's severe weather or there's a lost child, an injury, or worse, an active shooter. And I was saying this morning that this isn't, you know, something we say to scare anybody. We don't want to scare anyone. We just want you to know that they are prepared, and for you to also just be vigilant when you're there. Again, there's all sorts of people that come in from out of town, and we just want you to be safe. So law enforcement, Fond du Lac actually, police posting overnight that they are going to be at hotels, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but this is more of the general safety stuff. Guest services is really helpful on the EAA website, and if you do have an emergency, obviously you want to call 911. That's first and foremost. But if, as far as weather, if you want to get those alerts, OSH alert right there on your screen, 69050 is really helpful. But again, staying vigilant, reporting any suspicious activity that you might see, really important to keep in mind again, because there's so many different people in the area.
Yeah, it's like a small city out there,
Yes,
you know,
it
in
is.
its own. So there's just a lot happening. So that's really good reminders. Then you were also finding out about more police, like
Yeah, that's
in
what
the
I was
area
getting
at
to.
hotels, right?
Right, so Fond du Lac Police posting that they're wanting everybody to once again be vigilant, saying that word a lot this morning, but they want to be on the lookout for any illegal activity. They say when there's a lot of people in one place, it tends to ramp up crime, and in particular drug activity that might come into the area, or even sex trafficking. So we don't want anybody to be alarmed, but for hotel and motel employees, they will be on the lookout. So that gives us some peace of mind. They're ready and prepared. They know the signs of drug trafficking and illegal trafficking, sex trafficking, or anything else that could be worse than that. But reporting suspicious activity, once again, in this situation, really important. And we were saying for any visitors in the area to also, if you're watching, you know, there is a lot of safety procedures in place, and I do have a phone number. I think we can get to that here right after that. We have the dispatch number, so if you're there in the area, you want to jot this number down in case there is an emergency that's not necessarily for 911, or maybe there's something maybe with regards to suspicious activity that you might see. So 920-230-7754 is that number. Again, just giving peace of mind to everybody to know that people at EAA, they're trained for this, and really law enforcement, they're on the lookout to make sure everybody stays safe.
Absolutely, and good for you to remind everybody about all these. All right, thanks, Aisha. And talking about weather now, obviously, first alerting you, as always, I'm going to head on over to the big wall
Hi,
to
come on
join
over.
Steve this morning. And we've been kind of looking at this haze, Steve, that's been kind of hanging around the area
But
this
otherwise,
morning.
it's clear, and I love this wide shot from our downtown Oshkosh Skycam. Way in the distance, Whitman Regional Airport, you know, probably in about an hour from now, we're going to start to see little planes. Sometimes those power parachuters will show up. Right now, we're at 63 degrees. It's a calm and clear start. And really, yeah, I mean,
love that.
This is great. This is a good first day.
This is great. I mean, right? Exactly. This is kind of what you want.
This is what you want for the first day of AirVenture. You want some sunshine. You want warm weather. You really don't want the humidity, though. We'll get about 84 this afternoon. And if there's any thunder showers in the region this evening, they should stay north of Oshkosh.
Okay.
In the north, we've had some 40s this morning, but we're now up to 58 degrees in Anago and in Lakewood. Some 60s in the valley, 64 degrees in Appleton, 60 in Green Bay. And then later today, First Alert Pinpoint Predictor has highs in the lower half of the 80s, but you'll find some upper 70s lakeside and back in north central Wisconsin as well.
Pretty typical July weather.
Yeah.
But I know you're always talking about the next weather maker and what's happening. I mean, our comfort line here, this is pretty decent.
See, here's
right?
the thing. Right now we've got some drier air, but the humidity, the dew points, they'll start creeping up tonight into that next weather maker. So when that storm system comes through tomorrow, we're going to have more humidity to help fuel thunderstorms. With drier air, there's not a lot of storm activity today on First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. Yes, some thunder showers pop up in north central Wisconsin around 5 o'clock, but they stay northwest of the Fox Valley, and I think, you know, we'll be dry for training camp for the Packers, and we'll be dry for AirVenture. But that next weather maker, with that increase of humidity and a front coming in, we're going to find thunderstorms tomorrow becoming more common and also capable of dumping some heavy rain in spots. And because we've got thousands of people at AirVenture and a ton of people at Packers training camp, I want to make sure that people know about this potentially locally heavy rain. So tomorrow is a first alert weather day.
Okay, and you're talking about heavy rain, not everywhere.
Not everywhere. Scattered. And not a situation where we're expecting damaging winds and hail.
Okay,
It's
well,
not one of
that's
those
good.
situations.
I mean, they have people at EAA AirVenture who are
Yeah.
camping underneath the wings of their planes, and then at the campgrounds too. I mean, camping as well, in tents.
And
So
those campgrounds get very, very muddy.
Absolutely.
Even with a little bit of rain, they can start getting kind of mucky. So we've got a front across southern Canada. Low pressure is going to drive this front down into the Great Lakes. That's going to help trigger that batch of heavy rain. And you can see the showers and thunderstorms will be developing at this time tomorrow. We'll get one round in the morning and then maybe a break around lunchtime, only to see additional storms in the afternoon. And you can see all those areas of heavy rain. Hit and miss. Some folks will get it, some folks won't. But where you do, you might get a quick inch of rainfall And again, with all those people at outdoor events,
Okay.
we want people to stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, AirVenture rain chances. There you go.
Yeah, not likely today, but then
Bumping up there.
70% as we go into Tuesday. And I would say the risk of severe weather is low.
That's good.
But
That's
again,
very good.
it's that heavy rain and people who are out and about, who may have a little bit longer time to get
Right.
to safety. That's where we're most concerned. All right, so this is the First Alert Super 7-Day Forecast. I'm going to have our director take this
Super.
graphic full so I can be the all-powerful Oz doing stuff behind the scenes, popping out certain things. So I didn't forget about that Packers training camp forecast. The first practice this morning, 10:30. We'll have sunshine, temperatures rising through the 70s. It looks like it's going to be really nice. Hopefully this is a successful season. And a real quick peek at that rainfall forecast for tomorrow. So Tammy, the heavier storms could dump an inch or more of rain. That could happen in short order, but not everybody will get it. And I wouldn't look at those rainfall totals as being carved in stone. Wherever the storms track, that's where you can get an inch or more, but there'll be some folks in between those storms that get noticeably less.
All right, we'll keep it tuned to First Alert Weather and our app. And as we send you off for this Monday morning, we are taking a live look here at Oshkosh. This is Boeing Plaza, and you can see the spectacular aircraft right there live in Oshkosh. We have everything you need to know too at WBAY.com/EAA. We have links to those live camera feeds. That's what you're looking at there, right there from the grounds. You can check out different viewpoints, different vantage points, and all the different aircraft. And of course, if you're heading out there, enjoy the day, enjoy all the people and the fun. It's quite an event. And thanks to our team out there for our live coverage. And it will continue as we're preparing for our 723 cut-in here live on air with GMA with Aisha and Steve. Have a good rest of your Monday.